Welcome back, traders, to today's installment of Xauusd forecast for today, managing a small account. Now, I hope your trade so far has been going really well, okay, in terms of what you guys have been doing in the market. I hope you've been getting the results that you've been after, and I hope that in some way, shape, or form, I've been able to assist you on that journey. Now, with that said and done, we're just going to get on with the analysis for today, and then that's going to be it, right? So first things first, the trade that I was in yesterday, the buy that I was in yesterday, right, I was taken out this morning, well, sorry, not this morning, this afternoon, not due to it hitting my TP. Like, it went really close to my TP, so my TP was somewhere just above this area right here, just somewhere around that level, and it got right next to it, and then it came down, and I had my trailing stop right underneath this candle over here. So I was taking out at this level right here, and as you can see, we've managed to bring the account balance all the way back up to 84.76, which is fantastic. That's the result that I was looking for, and the plan is to continue with this level of trading. Now, as you can see, I am not in anything right now, and I'm about to explain that, okay? And also as well, we can see in this area, so let me just zoom in, okay. I'd never know why MT5 just doesn't just allow you to just do certain things on it. So we can see yesterday's mistake that I was talking about, right? So that was the sell that I put in this location over here when I realized it was going wrong, and I just closed it out manually, and that was where we got out of the game. And then you can see there's a second arrow right underneath that, and that's gonna point. So if I get into a trade, say tomorrow or something like that, okay, this whole thing should update, and then you should see this arrow pointing up to around here somewhere. Well, it will be here that was taken out, so it will point to that location, and then you can see that trade there as well. And then we can go back. So if you zoom all the way back out again, we can see another trade where we did really well. We got in with the sell over here, we rolled it all the way down, and we got off at a very nice respectable level over here. So that was a really good result. So these are the moves so far that's managed to bring the account from where it was. So remember, due to the situation that we had, actually, do you know what, let me just get onto TradingView, because this chart is annoying. Hence why I don't do analysis on MT5, because if you go back, it will just snap back to the front, and I haven't really figured out how to stop that from happening. If somebody knows, just let me know in the comment section. I'm actually using this on a Mac, so just let me know, because I actually don't know how to stop it from snapping. I would rather it just stays put, but it never does that. So anyways, that's that done. So we're just going to jump into TradingView, and I should be able to explain everything in detail. So this move that we just saw, that I just took, which was where I got a decent amount of pips, etc., I suffered a whole bunch of losses in this area over here, and that's what drove the account balance back down to 50. Okay, so now that we're back up again, well, we're not all the way up, but we're up, you know, it's fairly respectable to the level that we're at. The plan is to continue with that journey. Okay, so with that said and done, we're just going to get into what we need to do for this particular analysis right here, okay? And I'm going to let you know some of the safety measures I've put in place should price begin to reject at the level that I pointed out. So far, market has been sticking to the playbook that I discussed with you guys yesterday, okay? Which is, price has made its way into this zone right here, okay? And now what we're waiting for is to see if price is going to do some form of a retracement, right? That's what we're waiting for. We don't have it yet, but that's what we're waiting for. Let me go to the 1 hour on this actually, okay? So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for price to do some type of pullback, okay? Now what I'm actually waiting for, what will make it make sense to me to join the market with a sell, okay? Because everything I do, it has to make sense in terms of if I'm jumping in or not jumping in, is I want price to start pulling back. So some of you already would have jumped in when you saw this parabolic move to the downside. Let me just zoom in a little bit on here a bit. So some of you would have jumped in with your sells when you saw this parabolic move to the downside, okay? And you might be sitting in drawdown, or you might have just caught it somewhere up here if you're using the 15-minute. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at the 15-minute to see how that looks. Let's have a look to see how that looks. Okay, so you could be up here somewhere. So you might be in some kind of drawdown right now, right? It's very easy for you to be in some kind of drawdown right now, depending on how you treated that parabolic move to the downside. But what I want to do is I want to wait. So I've gone back to the hour chart now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to wait. And what I'm waiting for, okay, because this will confirm everything for me, is I would want the low of today to be taken out. So the low of today, that would be this level right here. Right, so just gonna put a little label on it. So we'll be looking at 2882.36. Okay, so this is the level that I want to see taken out clean. If this level's taken out clean, then there's a high probability I'll be jumping in with a sell. Now, remember yesterday I was saying that I believe that this could be the low of this week. Okay, I might be wrong about that. Okay, I might be wrong about that. If this level breaks tomorrow, okay, and bearing in mind tomorrow is a Wednesday, all right, and we're always trying to determine the weekly highs and weekly lows as it plays out, right? Then this won't be the weekly low, that would be the weekly high, and the weekly low will be set somewhere in the future, either on the Thursday or on the Friday, or we just might get one violent move down to the downside, and that will just take place all in one day. So that could happen tomorrow. All right, so let me just take a look to see if there's any economic news coming out tomorrow. Let's go to the correct ones. Let's look at metals. So the 5th, so we've got president, and then we've got US ISM services PMI, and that is coming in at 3 p.m. Okay, so as it stands, I would want to see at 3 p.m. what kind of impact market has on that report when it comes out. I don't think Trump's speech is going to do anything to the market, in all fairness, because he's pretty focused. He's pretty much focused on cryptos right now. So cryptos is where, if anything is going to take off, is going to be in that area. So we'll see how that one day goes. But 3 p.m. that's when we have that information coming out. So if this level, if the low of today, right, is taken out tomorrow, then I'm expecting a new low to be established. Okay, bearing in mind that even as we look at this data, there was a whole bunch of things I didn't discuss with you guys yesterday. Okay, so I talked about where I thought market was going to go, but it's important that I lay down certain levels of importance to us. Okay, so the first one being the weekly low of last week. So that is this right here. Okay, so let's just draw a little level on that. Weekly low. And the level we're looking at in reference to the weekly low, that will be 2832.87. So if we get this level taken out tomorrow, right, and then price continues on its way downwards and knocks out last week's low, okay, then it makes the probability of market making its way somewhere in this area, maybe just above or just below or dead on, right, highly probable. I don't think market is going to stop at this level. Okay, the high of 2024, that's this level right here. I don't think it's going to stop there. It could, but I don't think it will. I think it will most likely come below to around this level, somewhere in this area over here. And then when it does, then I will be off the mindset, especially if it starts to push back up again, that there will be a high probability, in my opinion, that price from that point will be making its way up to 3K, because this is where I think price wants to go, and it's going to play around with us first before it gets there. Okay, so that's my mindset as it goes right now in regards to what market is doing and how it's doing it. And although this part here is not really that important because it hasn't taken effect yet, we're just gonna note it down for now, right? So that's going to be the weekly high of last week. So we just note that down, weekly high, and we're just going to move this level over here, pointing to this location right here. And the weekly high, which I don't think is going to get taken out, it could, but I don't think it will, it's 2957.00. All right, So these are what I'm looking at, how I think market is going to behave from now up until the end of this week, right? And bearing in mind, until market confirms itself as to the direction it wants to go in, exercise caution. And also as well, one important note before I end this video, bear in mind that should market begin to pull back from this level over here, it has in fact created a higher low in comparison to the new all-time high right here. All right, so we want to bear this information, or we want to take this information into consideration, okay, when we are planning our moves, especially as the days move forward. And remember, everything I'm telling you is purely an opinion. It's highly speculative, and it's upon you to do the research to make sure that everything makes sense before you commit your hard-earned capital to anything you've heard in this video. Because once again, I am not trying to mislead anybody into anything, right? Everything I'm telling you is what I plan on doing, right? So I've done the work, I figured it out, and I absorb the risk as well as I take on the rewards. And I expect you to do the same. And with all of that said and done, if you found the content useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. And the special word for this particular video, which I want you to drop in the comment section, especially if you found the content useful, is apples. So if you could just put apples in the comment section, that would be great. I hope some of you do this, right? Apples, it's not a big deal. You don't have to write anything about your thoughts. Just put apples in there and that will be appreciated. So with all of that said and done, I will see all of you amazing, awesome people on the next one.